It is time for another great episode of Life Lessons. We're here with Kent Wheeler at MorningStar. Kent, how long have you lived here?
I guess it's been about a month and a half.
We see that you're a veteran on your hat in the Air Force. You've had quite a history of flying planes.
Oh yeah.
When did you start gaining an interest in being a pilot?
Oh, when I was about this high. I always liked airplanes and always wanted to fly them, and I got to know people that were working on airplanes and things, and I managed to get a job and help in hangars and stuff at the airports, and they got to know me, and I talked about flying and said that, you know, I'd pay for whatever flying, but I wanted to learn to fly, and so did.
So did you learn in the Air Force?
Well, I did, but this was before the Air Force.
This was when you were a kid?
Yeah.
So when you went into the Air Force, you had already had flight experience?
Yes.
And
a lot of flying experience.
What did you do after the Air Force? Where did you serve?
Well, when I was in the Air Force, I was in the military, and I went to Vietnam. I flew over there. Are
you from Idaho?
No, I'm from Ogden, Utah.
When did you start flying for, was it United Airlines?
United Airlines.
And is that what you did for your career?
Yes, yeah.
And how long were you a pilot for United?
10 years, I guess.
10 years. And I understand that you actually have flown a few famous people.
Well, I can't even remember all of it.
President Carter?
Yeah, Jimmy Carter. Flew him and his wife, Rosalynn. Rosalynn is the sharpest and most on the ball lady that I have ever met. She, fortunately, Jimmy Carter listened to her because she was much more able to make good decisions than he does, and she would make decisions on. I was flying the airplane, but I was supposed to listen to Jimmy Carter what he tells me. But I soon found out that if I wanted things to go smooth, I would have to run it past Rosalynn, because she always made good decisions. She always knew what was going on, where we're supposed to go, and where the next stop was. She knew all that stuff.
So she was kind of running the show, making sure they went to the right places.
Yes, she straightened him out when he was trying to run the show, but she would have to change everything and get it straightened out so that it worked right. And it didn't take me very long, and because I was flying the airplane and making the decisions, I always made sure that I checked with her and asked her what she thought was the best. And we had a good connection there because she knew that I was in charge and could change whatever she thought was best.
And you flew President Carter with Willie Nelson one time?
Yeah, Willie Nelson. He was hanging around Jimmy, and these other guys that hung around were not good people to be hanging around, and not good people to have around making decisions and things. And Rosalynn, she made sure they didn't get involved in any of that stuff.
I see. Kent, it sounds like you've had a really fulfilling life. What do you want to be remembered for?
I'd like to be remembered as somebody that was always willing to help others, and was always trying to lift people up and get them to a higher level, especially if I could see that they were not reaching the potential. I would try to encourage them to do a little better and try to make them understand that they had a lot better capabilities. A lot of people are really sharp, but they don't have confidence in themselves. They just aren't sold that they can handle certain things. And I would try to lift people up to the point where they had confidence in doing something that I knew would take them a lot higher up than they were before.
Do you have any regrets?
Well, you always think of, after you have been around for a while, you always think of things you could have done better. And you think, oh, I should have, instead of doing this, I should have done this thing. And, you know, in that way, there's a few little regrets, but I didn't make any big mistakes or things that I really felt bad about.
Yeah.
I did analyze, as we all do, think about things in the past, and we say, we should have done this, should have done that. So I've tried to learn from them. Not doing the same mistake twice.
It sounds like you've had a really good life.
I have. I've been very, very fortunate.
And we appreciate you chatting with us, Kent.
Well, thank you for asking me. A lot of nice people around here. I feel very good and fortunate that I was able to meet these people.